if it is containing your all the JavaScript functionalities, all the business logic into the your JavaScript functions, you just simply call it and build it, and then so on so forth. That means end of the day you need just very simple 10 to 12 line of code and then finish your HTML page. All things go to the JavaScript function and so on so forth. That's I mean how can you segregate, or you flexibly, or how can in software world, how can you layer it your applications. I mean business layer, backend layer, your front end layer. That means different. And if you are a full stack developer, then you need to do everything. Your front end, your back end, in middle layer, you need to maintain all things together. But if you are in the only the front end developer, you need to be do only the your front end part, the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript part, or Angular or TypeScript based, just the GUI development part. But if you are working with a small company, then you need to be as a like full stack developer. You need to be handle everything to be do yourself. If you are a really big company, then there is a really categorized developer, backend developer, API developer, middle layer developer, front end developer, all things, installation, deployments, all things, the different department is responsible part of the responsibility for their job. So what we cover, how can you start the very basic JavaScript programming and JavaScript based framework programming, and then how can you start the how can you implement the PostGIS database, communicating the GeoServer, publish the GeoServer services, call the GeoServices into your very simple HTML page, and call the all things that you needed. That's the working step. But that's I said, we are continuing the further developments, new features, new functionalities. Just follow the channels, what we have it, what we can recap it. So just go back to the channels. That's a functionality that we are talking. This was our old functionality that we are talking about. This we talk about detail where the geo functionalities, GeoServer call, service call from the very basic HTML page, and this is the for the Java, and this is for other cases, and this is the leaflet based Angular TypeScript based implementation, and this is the very simple OpenLayers. Just we are continuing, so that means the next screencast coming 37.9 with the GeoServices call into your very simple HTML page. That's I mean this case is just follow the channels that we have it, and I believe it's really helps a lot how you can start the programming, GIS programming. How can you professionally do as a beginner, or doesn't matter as a professionals, because I said this is all the screencast that's I have it here. This is all the professionals, so it is professional level applications, but it is hard to understand for the beginner, but I believe you can pick up very quickly, very efficient way. So go back to our presentation. That's we have it. So what we recap here, so we not this one, so we continue this screencast today. We have basic functionalities with very basic pop-ups, and then static graphs, and then we have some vector drawing by digitizing informations. We have basic layer switchers, and then we have the layer grid control, all things of the control of your maps, or of your features or functionalities. And this is the second, you see that the dynamic vector layers and the painting functionalities. And then we did like this. Then the next page that we are missing, this is the today I did it like layout, GeoServer service communications, that is here available here. So that's I mean this is the function, and this that we are talking, that we are discussed a lot these things. So that means you need to understand the basic JavaScript and JavaScript frameworks with OpenLayers or leaflets, doesn't matter. And you need to understand the other third-party JavaScript library. You need to build your PostGIS database, or if you don't have any database, you have a shape files, and integrate those shape file into the GeoServer, publish the services, and call the services that you need. And integrate those services into your very simple HTML page. It doesn't matter. In this case, very simple HTML case, but in the professional case, maybe you use the specific framework like Angular, React, or JavaScript based frameworks, or Java based framework, but Timelib, JSP, or JSF, or Grails frameworks, then you can very quickly, efficiently build the application. That's I said here. This is one of the application that I'm continuing. How can you start the uh, communicating the GeoServer, all things, all GeoServices and leaflets and OpenLayers, all things together. I will continuing the further development, or I can say we will continuing the further development. I will show you later when this part is finished, and I will do the broadcasting for this one with the Java based technology. But you can go with the JavaScript framework, and if you get it properly, then Java is different options or different programming language you have to learn. Or if you don't have Java, don't need to learn, you can just learn JavaScript and then do the Python or C plus or .NET or other programming language, or Rail or Ruby, and doesn't matter which programming language you try to learn it and then do it the jobs. So we recap it. So we done it the last screencast, and then now we can say thank you, and just subscribe the channels, write down your comments, your idea, your concepts that help us to make really better products with you. And we believe that's help you also your daily works and your development works, and share with colleagues and friends. And then now I say bye bye and goodbye, see you later, and bye bye.